Hello and welcome to New Game Plus. My name's Cringe and I'm here with Jason. Hello, matey.
Hello.
And we're here at Tokyo Game Show. We have made the pilgrimage back to the old...
Sorry.
I'm not... What did I say the first time that I did this?
No, that was awful.
Konobasho. And you were like, oh no, the Australian-Japanese accent. I'm not doing that as much this year. I am instead, when I'm at Tokyo Game Show, mostly speaking English because it's more confusing when I speak Japanese.
True. That is absolutely true. We are here, of course, because we like video games,
yes.
and we are covering video games,
and
which
we
have. That's true too. We have a lot of that's coming up in this episode for you to watch, but there is also obviously more stuff online. Like there's plenty of stuff that'll make it in the cut.
Yes.
There's stuff that we'll just be putting online on our Insta, all that kind of silly stuff.
There's a lot that we're covering because we've got a pretty big team with us at the show this year. So, and we've also got some of my team from Z Games in Brisbane. Here in Tokyo as well, which is mental to me.
Yeah.
But they've been doing really good work. Millie and Kosh, you'll probably see them later on in the episode, but we've also got some of the New Game Plus fam.
Koei Tecmo, great Koei Tecmo interviews, things like that. I'm a bit ruckus though, I'm not gonna lie. It's like today's been a struggle.
We had a big night out last night. This is the second day of Tokyo Game Show, my last more than likely. You're coming back on Sunday on a public day, which is mental. So I don't know why you're like, oh, for cutaways. And I'm like, we don't need that. But he's doing it, I'm not, because it's midday and I only just got here on day 2. I'm a little bit worse for wear. But doesn't mean we're not gonna bring you great TV, so let's get straight into it.
Hey, it's Millie at Tokyo Game Show and I love merch. So I'm here to talk to you about some merch, and I've already bought some because I'm a disaster human. Come with me, follow me. Also, first of all, look over there, Detroit, become human. Don't get me started, all right? So this merch stall here is our first one on the list. It's Kojima Productions. And I'd like you to have a look at how they've displayed their Death Stranding merch. Because, let me just say, it's the most professional one here. It looks like an actual Apple store. Like, that's the feel I'm getting from it. Like, it's beautiful. Seriously. So, he's got little itty-bitty Neuroid-esque figures of his own design, I'm pretty sure, of his mascot, which are adorable. And he's also got rubber duckies, and he's got Death Stranding t-shirts, and it just feels like really, really hyped up good quality, you know? Like, you're gonna get what you paid for with Kojima, like you always do with Kojima. So, like all of us, we're waiting for Death Stranding, but while we're here, enjoy the merch. Here's our second booth, it's Sane. And Sane seems to contain a lot of Splatoon, a lot of Mario, and there's some Zelda plushies, which are pretty brand new to me, because in Australia we don't seem to get a lot of Zelda plushies, so there's a Bokoblin and a Link plushie, which I'm very, very tempted to buy. There's also a Cappy hat, Luigi hat, Mario hat, you know, just the works of Nintendo. And I'm really, really here for it, because I am a hound for plushies. But I'm gonna be respectful and probably not buy one. And our final booth we're going to be looking at today is Fangamer. It contains an amalgamation of sorts of many popular games, like Undertale, Bomberman, Banjo-Kazooie. I bought a pin. Don't fight me. Other than that, it seems like it's a really well-rounded little booth of cute plushies, pins, badges, Stardew Valley for some reason, but everything that you could ever want from a game is here. And unlike Australia, Tokyo Game Show really gives me that good, warm feeling about merch, because it seems like they actually care about us fangirls and boys and fan-thems, if that's who you want to identify as. You can actually buy stuff that's reasonable priced and worth your money, unlike, you know, the stuff we get in Australia. So I've been having a great time here at Tokyo Game Show, and now I'm broke.
Alrighty, so I'm Jamie here from New Game Plus. I got Koshi here as well. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad at Tokyo Game Show.
Yes, we're at Tokyo Game Show, and we both played Yakuza 7, or as it's known as in the West, Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Okay, why is it the 7th in the series? I have no idea.
Yeah, because you are a complete noob to the series, aren't you?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's always been something niche that I've looked at. It's been really interesting, but I've never had the time to actually play it.
Well, I think it's probably one of the best times, maybe not the best time to jump in, because it's a whole new protagonist, it's a whole new city compared to the literally 7 other games in that series. But this new one now, it's a whole new protagonist, new city, and it's also a completely new battle system, because previously those games were pure action RPGs. This is now a turn-based RPG, but how do you feel like from what you played?
Yeah, it was a really new experience. Like, I felt like being able to select the abilities and select the attacks that you were using, and then just let it all play out is very, very cool. Like, you can kind of sit back and watch the magic happen.
Yeah, because that's, I sort of agree with that, because it's a very weird thing, because I've played a lot of that series, so I'm looking at it like, okay, well, how do you take a system that has been primarily action-based, free-flowing, and transfer it into a turn-based game? And it's not just like, okay, every action is turn-based now. No, it's literally like job classes and shit like that now. It's like they are actually being legitimate, as proper status effects. They are making this an actual, factual RPG, because the main character really likes Dragon Quest. Who'd figured?
Yeah, I mean, is it still... So I only got to play a little bit of it when I was playing there, and I got to play the action, I got to do some of the mini games. Does that still have the same effects with the other games as well? Are you still going to do random stuff?
Yeah, because there's always been a big emphasis on, okay, you've got the game world, then you've got plenty of stuff to do in it. So whether that's pachinko, whether that's karaoke, whether that's just playing old Sega games, like, that is a thing you can do here. They've actually got some really cool... There was a couple of the mini games on display. There was a go-karting mini game, which is actually like, hey, you get to play Mario Kart in your Yakuza. Sick. There was also a weird kind of rubbish collection game, because it's fun. I don't know. I don't get it. And then there's license patch slot machines, because I guess Sega... I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyways, anything else you wanted to add onto that?
I don't know, like the graphics I think have gotten better. They've been getting better over the series as new technology has formed as well. So like the music seems to be good, like it matches the whole theme of the world. Coming from new, I think that's something that's probably been there a lot of the time. But yeah, it seems to be matching really well. Makes me want to play more. Yeah.
Well, same here. I mean, the game comes out January in Japan, and it's sometime in 2020 for the West. Yep. Hopefully a PC release isn't too far away, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. Yep. But in any case, I want to go play some more. But what about you, Koshi? You want to go check out more of the series after this?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go check out more mini games. I like that Pac-Man one.
Fair enough. There we go.
Mission Jason here at Tokyo Game Show, and we've decided to try something a little bit different for me, but I think a little bit more familiar for you. Is that fair to say?
Rude, but maybe.
It is a bit rude. We are, of course, talking about VR Kareshi, which is VR boyfriend, of course, in Japanese. Now, I only experienced the one, the daddy, which, you know, that whatever, take from that what you want. You went through 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I did the main guy, a guy who plays piano, and the daddy character.
So, okay. As someone who doesn't necessarily understand the appeal outside of haha, it's a Tokyo Game Show, like, does it stir emotions in you? Are there cute moments you go, oh, that's cute? Like, what is it? What does it for you?
Oh, so I just really like the voice actors, and, you know, they say really nice things like, oh, it's your birthday, and, oh, did you like this song? I'll play it for you next year, and the year after, and every year for the rest of your life.
Smooth. That's smooth.
So smooth. And it's one of my favorite, like, it's the same voice actor is one of my favorite characters, so if I close my eyes, I can imagine that it's him.
Well, look, you know, they can't all be Kisei, and that's a joke that people can figure out later. I guess, like, because it's on phone, is it? I'm pretty sure. Like, so is it going to be one of those things you, like, sneakily pull out at work and...
I don't think you can pull it out at work, mainly because I think you need some sort of VR thing to slip it into. Yeah. But I'm also kind of worried how it's going to run on my phone, because I have an iPhone 6, and like this is probably, it needs me to be looking at places to select actions and stuff, so I'm a bit worried it might not run on my phone.
So for all of you out there who need a VR boyfriend, make sure you upgrade your phone.
Yeah, I need an iPhone 8 now.
And if you're lucky, you can get engaged like Jamie Gleer did.
Hey, it's Millie at Tokyo Game Show, and I'm here to talk to you about Quantum Suicide. So, what this game is essentially a dating sim. That's right, a dating sim, where you get to date your pick of the best anime waifu, husbando, or robot. That's right, I said robot, because this dating sim has a twist. It's in space, on a spaceship, with a murderous AI. That's right, you know it, a murderous AI. Millie's always here to bring you the AI content, because this AI has some bad intentions. Produced by Cotton Candy Cyanide, this game features beautifully rendered artworks of your favorite waifus, husbandos, or AI of your choosing. It also features a beautifully immersive hub, which features how you speak to your chosen love interest. Other than your main goal of dating your chosen idol, you have to figure out the actual mystery behind this murderous AI's intent. Her name is Di, and she causes, yeah, that's right, Di. And she causes you to play a game of sort of murder roulette, if you will. So each day, someone is chosen to be killed. Will it be you? Who knows? You gotta play your cards right and solve as to why she wants to kill you all. So this developer was a previously Australian developer who has worked on many other sort of dialogue-heavy games.
I had actually just finished playing Danganronpa and the Zero Escape series, and then I ran out of games that were a similar thing, so I searched the internet, couldn't find any. I was sad and upside down on my couch and was like, you know what, screw it. Can't whinge about it, make my own. Ta-da! And here we are.
So when it came to coming up with the concept of Di and I, were there any particular ideals that you were looking for? Like GLaDOS, like, say, the AI in Event Zero, Saigon, the deadly AI symptom. What is that from?
Well, this is gonna sound a bit romantic, but so I really like Di because she's just doing her job. Whereas like everyone's always like, you know, AIs are evil or, you know, robots and stuff, but honestly, she's just doing the numbers and the numbers aren't coming up good, so she's just correcting it. And yes, she enjoys killing people, but it's just, you know, taking passion in your job and your work.
This game, I will say, is quite dialogue heavy, so you need to really concentrate on your choices that you're making. Some choices will offend your potential love interest, some choices will make them more favorable towards you. Each character is fully voiced by either an English or a Japanese voice actor because you can play in both languages. Each character has a distinct personality which you can either play up to or play against, depending on how you want to play your current roll of your dice. As you progress through the game, some characters have their names redacted as if they've been edited out of the game, which is very reminiscent of Doki Doki Literature and to how Monica takes control of your character's save file. It's quite reminiscent of that, and it gives me sort of the heebie-jeebies as you continue to play through, realizing that some characters might not exist at all. Quantum Suicide is coming later this year to PC and PS4, Vita, and Nintendo Switch earlier next year.
Kashi here at Tokyo Game Show, and I've got two games to show you from the indie games area, Shores Unknown and Atomicrops. So, developed by Valiant, a Japanese developer, Shores Unknown is a turn-based tactical RPG with an original gridless combat mechanism, all kind of wrapped up in a low-poly aesthetic, which is really, really pleasing. It gave me a lot of nostalgia vibes to the PlayStation 1 type era of adventure games. While adventuring out with your band of misfits and mercenaries, you journey to the seething wall of fog, known only as the Murk. So it has a lot of similarities to a typical Dungeons and Dragons adventure, without the finicky elements of space-to-space or grid-to-grid combat. It kind of just flows really, really well with the mechanics that you can use and the abilities that you gain along the way. You can explore towns freely, and you can meet different adventurers along the way and kind of change the game as you play it. I played it on Nintendo Switch at the moment. It seems to be very, very good. I like the art style. It ran well, and the fire detail on it is very, very cool. So I'm looking to play a lot more of it. The music as well really got me involved in the area as well, like the nice calming violins and the piano music as you're exploring the forests and the towns. It really got me into the vibe of the areas. The game is currently a work in progress, but it looks to be released this year on Nintendo Switch and then hopefully set for a 2020 release date on Steam, and then we'll kind of see where it goes from there. Another game I was looking at was Atomicrops from Bird Bath Games. The whole slogan of this game is Farm, Marry, Kill. And you own the last farm in the post-apocalyptic wasteland, and you're herited from the late and great-grandfather of the main character. And you need to walk around and kind of use it kind of like a Farmville simulator type experience. So it has a twin-stick shooter element with game mechanics, so you can defend your farm, launch crops, plant seeds, and basically make your farm bigger and greater while defending against waves of enemies at night. You need to go out and collect seeds, destroy their nests to make the whole farm safer. Once the night ends, you can go into the town and you're able to sell resources, get more seeds, and also flirt with the local love interests of the town. So hopefully, one day, you'll be able to find your beloved character and farm into the sunset together. So it's a pixelated farming roguelike game, which has definitely been a new experience for me. The ability to vend your crops, get everything sorted, it's a lot to handle, but it is a really, really fun experience. Because it has the roguelike elements, if you die, you do lose certain elements, but it all boosts your character in the end. Your farms still stay around, and you're able to kind of mix and manage economic stuff as well as the farming as well. So you're able to check it out in early access on PC through the Epic Games Store, and hopefully in early 2020 we'll also see a console release on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. So it's been a really good experience here at the indie game area. It's something that I didn't expect. Comparing to at PAX Australia, we have the PAX Rising booth. I didn't expect this to be here at TGS. It's been a really, really good experience just walking around, talking to the developers who are actually working on the game that's being made right in front of you. Sitting down and playing with it, experiencing a bunch of different games and a few new ideas as well. There's VR indie games that have been made as well, and all of it just looks like a lot of fun.
Here at Tokyo Game Show, we've been given the opportunity to check out Romance of the Three Kingdoms 14 in advance. We've got an interview now with the producer. Let's check it out.
Romance of the Three Kingdoms, number 14. There's been obviously 13 other games. If it's a series that people haven't played, what is new about 14 that you're bringing to the series with this latest game?
今回は3オークションのナンバリングの中で
So for Romance of the Three Kingdoms 14, it takes reference to Romance of the Three Kingdoms 9 and 11 in terms of the game flow, but it keeps with the single map of China strategy simulation element of the game. And in this game, what makes it new is that we have in the single map we have various hexagons that sort of indicate your territory, and as you color in the map, those are the areas that that the player has taken over. So you can really see the visual representation of that. And as well as the number of troops that appear in the game has increased. The AI has been strengthened, and as well as we've made it much more unique compared to other titles in the series.
過去のシリーズの中と比べるとユニークな
The other one as well is Romance of the Three Kingdoms. You guys do two games that are like well known, set in that similar period. Is there something unique to the Three Kingdoms period that lends itself to Japanese developers like engaging with it in the same way I would say the West has, stories that we like to think, King Arthur and all these kind of myths and legends? It seems to be that this is one that seems to be really popular with the Koei Tecmo team. Is that something that he has any opinion on, I guess?
No, 3オークション大体
So I think that the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, it is based obviously in ancient China, and really from a sort of the human drama within the game itself. It's quite interesting, and I think that's really a big appeal point of it. And definitely the individual officers, just the way that they're portrayed, their characteristics. I think we find that there are there's a lot of sort of like humanistic, a lot of emotions and a lot of human elements to them that really make them interesting and give them strong characters. So I think, and it's something that you can't imagine that's happening in the current times, obviously because it is based in ancient China and about wars. But really just that dramatic element of like the humans, the interactions there. I think that's something that appeals to people in this generation as well.
私としては
And I guess the other one as well is there seems to be a lot more strategy games coming out nowadays in that similar vein. Is there always a worry with when you're making an established franchise like Romance of the Three Kingdoms that you want to kind of really make your own mark? Is there something that the team are really happy with that they've brought to 14?
やっぱりキャラクター
I think definitely the characters in this game has really lent itself to make this game quite distinct and make its mark. The series itself is hitting the 35th anniversary, and I think since we portrayed these characters for a long time, in a way, the way that we portrayed the characters may be in a way sort of like a standard of how people view these characters. And I think other titles that use the same source material with the Romance of the Three Kingdoms story, I think some of the visuals might be influenced by what we have created. So I think we might be considered sort of the original creators of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms style games.
一番の強みじゃないですね
Is there anything you would like to say to fans of the series, or new or old, who you would want to enjoy the game?
シリーズの
So for series fans and as well as people new to the series alike, really we hope that everyone will enjoy this. This really is a simple sort of enjoy coloring in the map. The game focuses on taking over enemy territories, and even though it may not sound quite, when you first hear about it, it might not sound quite obvious, and you might not quite get the concept. But once you play it, once you try it, and then you can see that you color in spots as you take over territory, it fills up with your color. And I think we hope to hear from players that they had a lot of fun coloring in the map. So even though it is a war game, it is something that we think that everyone will enjoy. So we hope everyone will give it a try.
楽しんでほしい。はい、よろしくお願いします。
And that's a wrap on Tokyo Game Show 2019 from New Game
another
Plus.
one.
Another one bites the dust. How many years has New Game Plus been?
So 8 years in a row.
Jesus. Okay, cool. But yeah, I feel like there are a few vibes about the show. First of all, I'm exhausted and I want to go to bed immediately.
It's pretty bad.
Getting to Shinjuku is gonna suck from here. But second of all, you mentioned that it kind of felt a little bit quieter this year.
And it seems like the attendance is about the same or whatever,
Yeah.
but like,
Barely.
I think because we're hitting the end of the console period, you know what I mean? Like the new consoles have been announced for next year, so we know they're coming, so no one's really bringing out their big guns until thing. Nobody wants to make the last best game on a platform, you know what I mean? Like God of War 2 is a great example of that. Like no one remembers God of War 2 and it came out right at the end of the PS2. It was fucking sick and no one played it. And so no one wants to make the great killer game on the dead console. So a lot of them are waiting for that. Like I think games like Death Stranding, that'll carry enough weight, plus the multi-platform.
That's true.
So there are still big ones. Obviously Death Stranding was here in a big way. Cyberpunk was here in a big way. They had the big booth up there and
Don't
stuff.
believe they had any gameplay. They just had behind closed
Which
doors.
is, okay.
That's such an old thing to do.
Death Stranding is coming out in 2 months, not even 6 weeks.
It's not very reassuring.
That's very reassuring. And I mean, even Cyberpunk, man. Like Cyberpunk comes out in 4 months. I think it's like March, isn't it?
Yikes.
That's crazy. Like, how can you not be showing gameplay? Well, what show? There's gonna be.
That's also like the Japanese market, right? Like they don't mind being shown stuff. Like even when we have like booked appointments in Australia, like at PAX Oz or whatever, it'd be like, cool, you get hands-on with this thing. Whereas here, it's like they play it for you and you watch.
Yes,
so,
which is a very. I mean, and Koei Tecmo are big on that. Like every time you do a Koei Tecmo, they have that, and basically it's explain the game to you. Let's ask questions. We've got to remember that most people they're dealing with are writers.
Yeah.
So it's easier to do that than it is for us. But I don't know. It was definitely quieter. The weather, at least today, has cooled off.
It wasn't as rainy as last year, for sure. Like, it wasn't a pain in the ass trying to walk around the convention halls, which was a nice change of pace. That said, it was still pretty stagnant inside that hall. Gross.
Very, very grossly. But you know what isn't gross? Japan, we are here and it's great, and we're going to go home very soon. You're out next, I think, first before me.
Going to South Korea first, and then heading back to Melbourne shortly after. But it's been good fun. TGS 2020 hype? Oh, the Olympics are coming.
No, it's in June. You're okay.
Oh,
we'll be here.
Cool.
We might have some cool opportunities for you to be here as well for next year.
Okay.
And yeah, let's go home, Jack. I'm done.
I'm ready
sick
for
of this
bed.
place. Makahari can suck my nuts.
You heard it here
Mahari,
first.
doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
no,
Doesn't
don't.
matter.
Check out New Game Plus everywhere. It is on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch /New Game Plus TV. The website is newgameplus.tv. And a lot of this content is actually going to be broadcast on Z Games as well. It's a radio show and podcast. If you're in Brisbane, it's on 4ZZZ every Wednesday night from 6 till 7. Around the country on the Community Radio Network and online on iTunes and Spotify. Website for that one is zedgamesau.net. But yeah, that's Tokyo Game Show. We're going to go to bed. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.
And we're going to go to bed. That's news.
Not us.